Hey guys, Gautam here. I'm a certified personal trainer, and in this video, I want to talk to you about the fastest way for you to lose body fat if you've fallen behind in your plans for getting shredded for the summer. So this video is perfect for anybody who needs to lose that extra body fat if you can't seem to get rid of it, or this video can be for someone who's just starting a cut and you only have a couple of months to get in shape, whether you're trying to get shredded for your wedding or some summer-ready plans for going to the beach or traveling to Mexico or something like that. And I promise you this video will be really helpful for you, so just stick around and watch it till the end. So when it comes to shedding that extra body fat, there's really 4 things that you need to keep in mind. The first thing is being in a calorie deficit, but for the situation that you guys are in now where you need to lose that last bit of fat, or you're starting an extreme cutting phase, then you need to be in an extreme calorie deficit. So as a guy, I would say that would be 1,000 calories deficit, whereas if you're a female and you're relatively lighter weight, then I would put you in a 750 calorie deficit, because you still need to get enough nutrition to support the type of training and activity that you're going to be doing. So you don't want to go any steeper into a calorie deficit than that. The next thing that I'm going to talk about will be understanding the macros that you need to help you support muscle growth and muscle repair during this cutting phase. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about training intensity and training frequency to help you build muscle or retain any muscle while you're in such an extreme calorie deficit. So now I'm going to go into the details for each of these, but if I've said anything that you've liked so far, then please smash that like button, because it'll really help me get this video out to more people who might need this kind of advice. First things first, let's talk about what a steep calorie deficit is. If you don't know what a calorie deficit is, that means that you need to consume less calories than your body is using to maintain your current weight. So if you're 180 pounds, a good estimate of your current weight will be the pounds multiplied by 15. So 180 pounds multiplied by 15 will put you at 2,700 calories per day. That's to maintain your current body weight. So if you're a guy and you subtract 1,000 calories from that, that will put you at 1,800 calories per day. I would consider this extreme fat loss, and you will definitely lose body fat quickly consuming these amount of calories. If you're a female, do the same thing, but subtract 750 calories. If you feel like you want to go steeper, then push it up to 1,000, but don't go any further than that, because there will be side effects from this that take time to come back later on. So I would suggest sticking in the 750 to 1,000 calorie range and doing it for a short period of time. Next, I want to talk about understanding your macros. So the most important macronutrient when you're doing an extreme cut is going to be your protein intake, because we want to use that protein to maintain whatever muscle tissue you do have, or we want to use that protein to build new muscle tissue. If you're someone who's new to training, you have relatively high body fat, and you're just starting to work out, then this protein will really help you build that muscle tissue even though you're on a cut. The calculation that I like to use for this is 1 gram per pound of body weight. That's more than sufficient for most people. If you feel like this might not be enough protein for you and you're used to consuming more protein than this, and you have a little bit of anxiety about only consuming 1 gram per pound of body weight, then you can push it up to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. But me, ideally, if I'm 180 pounds, I would be consuming 180 grams of protein, which I feel is more than sufficient on your cut. When it comes to carbs and fats, there's no preference here. You can have whatever amount of carbs you want or whatever amount of fats you want, as long as you're sticking within your calorie limits for the day. When it comes to training frequency, doing a full body workout 3 times a week is more than enough to maintain muscle and even build new muscle tissue if you're someone who's new to training. So this is what I want you to aim for: 3 full body workouts per week. I also want you to commit to doing 7,500 steps per day. And on top of that, I want you to do cardio 3 times per week with the objective of burning 250 to 300 calories per cardio session. That will equal something like 30 minutes of cardio 3 times per week. The reason I'm suggesting this training frequency is because it's going to help build muscle tissue while at the same time you're doing activities that help to burn extra calories, so that it can push your calorie deficit down a little bit further without you having to consume less food. Last, when it comes to training intensity, I want you to train with lighter weights in the beginning and then build strength from there. The reason I'm suggesting that you use lighter weights is because you're most likely going to feel weak from being in such a steep calorie deficit. Starting with lighter weights will also help you gain strength week to week. At the same time, I want you to aim for failure at 12 reps and then dig really deep to push out another 2 to 3 reps. It's these last few reps that are going to really help you build or maintain that muscle tissue that you're trying so hard to hold on to. This is a contrast to the way that many people think, which is that if you've been lifting weights for a long time, then when you're doing a cut, you want to try to maintain your strength throughout the cut. But when you're doing such an extreme calorie deficit, you're definitely going to feel weaker. So it's better to start from a place where you're using lighter weight and then build strength from there. But it's very important to keep the training intensity high because that is what's going to help you hold on to all that muscle tissue. The last thing that I want you to keep in mind is that when your weight loss plateaus, you don't necessarily have to cut your calories further. What I want you to do instead is increase your physical activity. So increase your steps from 7,500 per day to 10,000 steps per day. Then increase the burned calories target from your cardio sessions to 400 instead of 300. These two things alone will help ensure that you burn an extra 200 to 300 calories per day. Your body is very good at adapting to different levels of calories and different intensities of training. So this is something that you have to do when you hit a plateau. When you're already on a steep calorie deficit, you don't want to run the risk of having to cut calories any further. So increase your physical activity to burn more calories. That's pretty much it. If you follow these few things, I promise you that you'll be shedding body fat quicker than you ever have before. But I do want to say that this is not the healthiest way to do it. If you want a healthier way to cut body weight, then the best thing to do is to do it in a medium to small calorie deficit. But I'm just sharing this plan for people who need to do an extreme fat loss phase and only have 2 to 3 months to get to where they want to be. All right, guys, if this video was helpful, then please smash that like button and please drop a comment down below if you agree with what I'm telling you or if you've ever done an extreme calorie deficit before. Let me know how it was for you. Thank you, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.